Today's topic is going to be thought transmission, or what does your specific person thinks when you're manifesting them. Okay, this is a big bogus belief. I'm going to show you how this is not a thing, actually. So let's dive in. Before I can even explain why this is not a thing, let's start from the beginning. Let's look into what consciousness is and how consciousness creates. So, my love, the highest form of consciousness, the most pure form of consciousness, is the Father. If you want to call him God, existence itself, the no thing that gives birth to everything there is. Source, or the primordial substance. Okay? At this level, there's no differentiation. Nothing is yet something. There's not even awareness of own self here, because it's just this no thing that just exists, the existence itself. Now, when this primordial substance, the no thing, became aware of its own existence, then is when differentiation started taking place. Because the moment this primordial substance realized he is, or it is, better said, it had to realize also what it is not. Then differentiation was created. At this level is when I am started happening. Now this no thing, the source, divided itself in infinite pieces or infinite points of view. One of these points of view is me. One is you. One is Cristiano Ronaldo. One is Jason Momoa. One is your SP, and so on. Even your kids or your family, okay? Different points of view that have the capacity to experience themselves in this world of matter. But realize the following. In order for God, the Father, to be able to experience being me fully, there cannot be intervention from the outside. Meaning, in my reality, I'm the one and only operant power. So, in order for God to experience being Alexandra fully, it cannot be another force creating in the same reality. Do you get my drill here? Even though it appears that people in my reality have a free will, they are just reflecting who Alexandra thinks she is. If I think I'm the best, I'm gonna see that reflected back at me from the people that I interact with, from you guys as well, from all corners, all levels of reality. Now you think you have a specific person that has thoughts and desires and wishes on its own. But if I'm alone in my own reality, in my own bubble of reality, and everything else is just a reflection of me, how can I transmit thoughts to anything? This is like standing in front of the mirror, literally, and trying to transmit thoughts to your own freaking reflection. Don't believe me? Do it. Go stand in front of the mirror and try to communicate with your own reflection. Try making that reflection do anything else that you're not doing. It will raise its hand if you raise your hand. It will smile if you smile. Do you see? It has no authority of any kind on its own. And it has to be this way in order for me to fully experience who I am without any intervention or interruption. Because then what would be the fun? God could not fully experience being Alexandra. Alexandra is just a total sum of all sorts of beliefs and assumptions, and she custom creates her own reality, right? I am one with my Father. Always I'm one with my Father. But he's greater than me, meaning I'm just one point of view of God. one mind of God. Does the same happen with you or with Cristiano Ronaldo or with your SP? Of course. We all have our own reality, our own bubble, independent of each other. And if I cross paths with you, in my reality, I'm going to have a certain version of you, the version that I assume you to be, that fits my narrative, that fits my assumptions, not only about you, but in general, about life, about man, woman, whatever. I'm going to manifest a custom made version of you that fits exactly that, who I am. So, what happens when you think you're transmitting thoughts to your specific person? You're not. You're just selecting another version. If you went from he doesn't care about me to he loves me, it's not that you're transmitting thoughts to that person. You just selected another version. Because source means infinite combinations possible. So there must be infinity of combinations of that person. But you're only going to be able to see one version at a time. And that version has to fit perfectly the narrative you're telling. My love, imagine yourself again you're like a projector. And you're constantly projecting the movie of your life. Now in this movie, yeah, you assign the roles to everyone. You're the creator of your own reality. You're all things, okay, including 3D, including the person itself, because there's only one source. And when I say this, is not like I am, not Alexandra is Cristiano Ronaldo, but what's inhabiting Alexandra, consciousness, is only one. So that consciousness is Cristiano Ronaldo as well. Do you get my drill? Okay, so back to the movie example. You are projecting your own movie at all the time, any moment. Your SP is an actor in your movie. Now you can sit there and try your hardest to transmit thoughts to a projection of yours. It cannot be. It's like when you watch a movie and you try to transmit thoughts to Brad Pitt that shows on the screen. Do you can you do that? Can you do that? I don't know, can you do that? I can't. I can sit there and watch Jason Momoa and try to tell him that I need a feet massage. Do you think he'll hear me? Do you think he'll jump out of the screen and give me a foot massage? No, girl. No, this is not how it works. I understand. People seem to have their own preferences, their own stuff in your reality. But if you pay closer attention, you're going to see that's just them reflecting back at you, just like your own reflection in your mirror. As I said before, if you raise your hand, your reflection will raise its hand. It looks like it has free will, that it's raising its hand on its own. No, you have to do that first, right? You can sit there all day and try to transmit thoughts to that reflection of yours to show up with another hair color. You have to dye your hair first, right? If you want to see your reflection with another hair color. Do you understand why this is not possible? Well, you can give yourself this experience, like if you believe that this other person has its own free will and stuff, you can give yourself that experience. In fact, we are doing that all the time, but the mechanics behind it, it's not that actually. They don't have free will, they're just fulfilling the role you gave them. If you raise your hand, it will raise his or her hand at you, right? If you smile, they'll smile back. If you gaze into it with anger, it will gaze back at you with anger. But it's not out of its own accord. Just this morning, I laughed so much. Girl, I'm sorry, I have to say this, okay? So, one of my clients from the other week, now she's finally seeing all this, yeah? She finally sees how she creates her reality to a T. And she said to me, after me and my husband broke up, I just told myself so many times that he's gonna have another baby. And today they talked. And guess what? The guy told her that indeed his girlfriend got pregnant. It was a mistake, like it was not something intended, yeah. And well, he chose to, be responsible about it. But it's so funny because you think your imagination and what you think in your head has no repercussions at all or has no effect over what happens outside. Girl, it creates what happens outside. So she selected this version of her ex husband based on the narrative. So it's funny because, it's funny. I find it funny, okay? Girl, I'm sorry, but I had to say this. I almost also made one of my former love interests gay almost because he has a best friend that he's always together with everywhere. It's like, I don't know. And I was listening to these toxic advices back then, like, if he has a best friend, he's still in the closet. Like, he doesn't know it yet, but he is gay, right? And I persisted so much in this until he came and said to me, someone proposed to him to have one of those blue pages, you know what I mean, and create content for for men. And then I stopped because the thing was getting serious. See how perfectly everything is? Like, there's no escape, my love. Like, if you assume something to be true, you will have to see it. The moment you change your mind, the whole entire reality changes. The version of that person changes. But yeah, this is the condition. You have to first change. If you want to see your reflection smiling back at you, you'll have to smile first. You never attract the wrong people. You only look at them through the wrong perspective, expecting to be cheated on, expecting to be left, expecting to be betrayed, expecting to not be prioritized or not treated right. You're doing this to yourself, my love. I know how it sounds. And I'm not saying this to make you feel guilty, not at all. On the contrary, so you can see your power and stop doing stuff that hurts you. Don't take life so serious. It's an experiment. You're the mad scientist doing experiments. That's all. So make some nice experiments for yourself. You have all this power. Why not create things in your advantage? Because that's why the Father divided itself in so many points of view so he can experience full and first hand exactly that, what he chooses to be. It cannot be done otherwise. It cannot be done otherwise. The Father, at the level of no thing, source itself, it is all stuff, but there's no differentiation. So, how can it experience diversity? It cannot. It needs an individualized point of view, and he's alone in that reality. It really is. And I know how it sounds, but you're the one and only observer of your reality. There can only be one observer to each reality. So stop focusing on or worrying about what he's thinking or what he's feeling. Girl, he feels and thinks exactly what you assume. If you want me to put it this way, great. He feels and thinks exactly what you assume. Do you see a tarot reading and they tell you he's thinking about you, but he doesn't have the balls to contact you? You accepted the narrative now. Where are you in consciousness? Okay, he has feelings, but he cannot contact you. Do you like that? Do you want that for yourself? Because you're in charge. Not the tarot lady, not the cards, not you. As you accept the narrative, you start pushing it out. You start streaming it. Do you get my drill here? But it's not because this version of them really has, I don't know what feelings and thoughts. They must be what you assume them to be so you can experience them. That's all what happens, okay? And I'm gonna wrap things up here because, I love my mom. She is exactly how I picture her. Whenever I have something interesting to say, she turns on the washing machine. And she doesn't do anything. I get, distracted by the noise, and I hate it. Okay, that's all I had to say for now. I hope this is clear this time. Girl, if you hear anyone saying that you can transmit thoughts to a mirror, don't believe them. They have no idea, and I'm very sorry for them. Bye.